Well, good people, it's 10 o'clock, 10:01. I'm in Sacramento, Thanksgiving, on my way to Bow Republic. Anyway, there's the tire, there's the rack, there's my gas can, so I'm on my way. Yeah, I don't know why I left today, but I just want to get out there, see if that trailer's still around, and see if I can rescue that trailer that I left out there those months ago when I was with my son. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'll be out there tomorrow. I'm gonna go by a different route this time and film that for the guy I bought the land from. He owns a whole swath of land out there. I don't think he's ever been out that way. So I'm gonna do that. See if the trailer's still there. If the trailer's still there, I'm gonna go move it, put it back on Bow Republic. Well, let's see what time it is. It's 12:44. I'm here in Reno. Got here a little later than I had hoped, but here I am. Well, it's about 6:30 in the morning. I went to bed at about 3 o'clock last morning. I am in the middle of the Paiute Reservation near Pyramid Lake in Nevada. Working on 3 hours of sleep here. And I'm going to try to find a route across from 447 to Bow Republic across the desert. So that way is east. Okay, that would be south-ish. This will be east-ish. East that way. Some probably 20 or 30 miles across the desert is Bow Republic. So I'm trying to find an alternate route to Bow Republic. I slept in my car last night, which wasn't too bad. In the distance over there you can see Pyramid Lake with that I guess Pyramid Island in the middle of it. I don't know why they call it Pyramid Lake. I think this is the valley. Well, I have no idea whether this is the valley or not. That I have to cross something, but I don't know if this is the dry lake bed, the other side of which Bow Republic sits. It makes one nostalgic for paper maps. I wish there were some decent topographical paper maps for this. I'm sure there are. I'm gonna have to get one. But you can see this is another dry lake bed. I just gotta situate where the hell I am. That's the road I'm following. This is, by the way, the way to Burning Man. I've been to Burning Man once in 2011. I made a bunch of friends there at VW Bus Camp. But 2011 was the first year it sold out, and all of a sudden they started putting all these restrictions on getting your car in and all this other crap, so I decided never to really try to go back. It costs too much, and it's too much aggravation. And Burning Man wasn't, I mean, the actual event itself, I mean, it was impressive, but I didn't find it to be like a profound experience like a lot of people think, tell me it was going to be. It was too choreographed. That is to say, it seemed like all the same people were there from the year before and the year that would be after and all this other crap. My trip was a little unchoreographed, so I just want to get the hell out and come out here, try to get that trailer, and just touch base again out here, because I hadn't been here several months, and I have big plans for this place. But unfortunately, my job is frickin' just causing me stress and taking my time and my mental energies. I don't enjoy it anymore, but anyway, I'm signing off for now. That could be a pass right over there, but it doesn't look good. And over there, way up there north, is another what looks to be a better lower pass. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually release some air from my tires and go cross country here, and hope I don't kill myself getting lost in the desert here, but so be it. And I should also, since I have internet reception, actually try to research a little better how far I really am from Bow Republic. Okay, what I've determined, my friends, is that I got to cross this dry lake bed, get over that mountain range. There's another dry lake bed on the other side of it, and on the other side of that dry lake bed is Bow Republic. So let's see what we can do here. I have my tires at about 20 pounds of pressure, and let's see if we can avoid blowing a tire. As you can see, I bought an extra wheel, and have one of the old tires I had, one of the ones that blew. I had one of the 3 remaining mounted, because this is all-wheel drive. You have to get all 4, but and then I have that one, and I also have a spare in here, and tire repair kits, and a hand pump, and a electric pump, and that's it. So let's do it. Well, at least we have relatively fresh tire tracks here, so I'm not going someplace that hasn't been traveled recently. Why anybody would travel through here, I guess the same reason I am, but next time I make this adventure, I'm going to have to do my planning a little better. I feel a lot better once I get off the rocks, so this is nice actually, comparatively. Damn, look at that. Somebody came out here and burned a car out here. I wonder why. Must have been stolen or something. Hopefully there are no dead bodies in it. The reason I chose this area to start crossing is because for a couple of miles, 447 is outside the Paiute Reservation. So on the reservation, all of the roads have these signs that basically say no thoroughfare and all this other stuff, and you have to get permission or whatever. So this is not on the reservation, and therefore there are no such signs. So we're in the middle of this valley, and the ground is very interesting here. You can see somebody came out here and built a fire. Kind of in the middle of nowhere to build a fire, but I guess maybe people camp out here. But if you pick up the ground, it's basically just, it's almost like ash, but I guess it's sand. It's very soft. Feels like you're, well, walking on the moon. Not that I would know, but I wonder what the I wonder if it's the wind and the precipitation, you know, that makes it this way. I mean, what's the geology that got this? There are no big rocks here, except for those ones for the fire. It's kind of, on the surface here, it's kind of a conglomerate, I guess, of different sized rocks. I mean, from small to sand size. Here's something interesting. What is this? This is a very smooth rock. So obviously this rock has been weathered by water. This one's roundish, and then other ones are more jagged. My plan is here to get to the other side of this little dried lake bed, but not too close to the mountains, because once you get too close to the mountains, then the rocks are jagged. So this is much more gentle on the tires anyway. So hopefully there is a already made road, I should say path, heading north from here. But we'll see. You can see here the consistency of the ground is changed. It's a little harder here than it was back there. And I suspect that it's going to continue to do that. Of course, the type of rock underneath here probably determines a lot of that. I'm sure it's not just one big swath of uniform rock. I'm sure it's different cross-cutting contacts of different types of rock. I assume that the rock right here is going to, of course, be sedimentary, but I'm wondering, you know, how much volcanic activity is around here. I have no idea. You look at Nevada on a map, it's a very strange state. It has got these crazy rippled mountains for miles and miles and miles, which means that obviously this area of the country is being crushed. Now I know that the San Andreas fault is a slipside fault, but I'm wondering if there's a fault that's a induction fault, where one plate is going underneath the other, creating these mountains. The geology is kind of interesting. I mean, I don't actually know anything about the geology of Nevada, quite frankly. I mean, the whole state is, at least the northern part of the state, has this crazy rippled mountain situation going on. You can definitely see that the ground is less flat. I'm now heading, instead of due east, northeast. And you can see the ground here. It looks like it's been wet more recently. Maybe this is, looks like there's salt on the ground as well. I assume that that's what the white stuff is. But the ground seems wet, or at least damp, or to have recently been wet or damp. So I assume this is one of the lowest points. And you can see there's very little vegetation where I'm going through right now. If you look over there, there's vegetation. And you look to the right, there's vegetation. But where I'm going through, it must be salt, I guess. Very little vegetation. Just look at the sheerness of those mountains. Here's another one of those markers. It looks like a little stream went through here too. You see that depression right there? Here's another one of these markers. Very interesting. Yeah, that's definitely wet there. I'll probably get bogged down here somewhere. I'll follow these guys. But there's definitely, you can see a meandering water right there at some point. So when it rains, I guess it drains through here. I assume that what these tracks are in front of me, they've got to be motorcycle tracks side by side. Obviously they get closer here together because they're too thin to be anything else. Alrighty. It's definitely wet right there. All of this is very interesting. Ooh. That's obviously a stream. And then there's some rocks right there. I wonder if somebody put them there. No, that would be silly. Well, I keep coming across, this is like the 5th one of these trenches I'm having to cross. And I've crossed them pretty easy, but they keep on getting deeper and deeper. This one's probably not any deeper than the one I just went over, but you can see it's kind of, that's probably an animal burrow right there, I assume. I don't know. Luckily I brought my shovel just in case I have to dig myself out. I'm going to go ahead and see if I'm going to... The ground here feels bizarre. It's very... Oh, now it's... So from there, I guess that's the end of it right there for now. Because then we're going back to the plants. So if I could get over this... I wonder if I should do some prep work to get over this. Well, let me see if there's a better way to cross this thing than over here. I prefer not to have to spend an hour getting myself unstuck.
1, 4, 1, 2, 3.
It's weird because it's not, it's like nothing here. And then all of a sudden it becomes this crevice. I wonder, it's probably the geology underneath. Bizarre, huh? I guess really not bizarre, but alrighty. I'm going to cross over there.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 0, 9.
Well, I was getting a signal on 9. This is a little handheld ham radio. I don't have a license, so I can't call anybody on it. But if I get stuck out here, I'm going to call somebody on it. And I have a little CB, and I just received... I'm on channel 19, which is the highway channel. As you can see there. I don't know if you can see it. The cheap CB radio. Don't... you know, I've spent my life trying to buy cheap shit at the lowest price. And I'm 50 years old and I never learn. Get decent tools. That is key. Anyway, I did get a signal on this, so I'm not too far out of civilization, obviously. Well, about 6,000 to 8,000 feet east in that direction, there should be another road. Looks like I ran out of road here, so I'm gonna have to cross country it, which I don't like doing, but whatever, here goes. You can hear me running over these plants, scraping up the car. But, so be it. There's a rock there, but I want to go over it and around this bush at the same time. It looks like there's kind of like a trail here, but it's... Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope I make it easier for the next dude that comes through here. That's all I can say. This cannot be smart. What I'm going to do, people, is I'm going to get out and see if there's a road up here. Alright? I did not find a road. And even if, as far as I went, I did find a road, I wouldn't cross country it. I don't know if you can see the car out that way. But it's too far away. So the smart person would go back to the highway, find a real path they want to cross, or you can do what I'm about to do. Actually, I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do. Of course, I left my binoculars in the car, because self-defeating behavior is what I do best. I hope I'm never in a situation where I'm really in the survival mode. Let me say that these mountains, when looking through binoculars, are profoundly sheer. It's a strange kind of rock. It just waterfall cascades down, you know? And then that's different from this kind of rock, which obviously isn't doing that. And then right in the middle is kind of like a mix of the two. It's interesting. Anyway, I'm going to make my way back to this car. This rock to me looks like it's volcanic almost, because of the outside pattern, but the outside pattern means nothing. I have to break it open to see how it crystallized inside. This could also be plutonic rock made deep in the crust of the earth and pushed up. But it'd be more interesting if it was volcanic rock, that is, rock that in liquid form, molten form, made it to the surface. But since I don't know anything about the geology of this place, I mean, it's heavy too. I mean, it's not terribly heavy. It's not like lead or something, but it's obviously not sedimentary rock. There's a lot of animal activity out here. You'll see a lot of what appear to be deer matter, waste matter, and then you'll find what appear to be dog carpelites. I guess they're not carpelites because they're not petrified, but dog waste matter. Dog or cat. I don't know what kind of wild, I mean, I assume there's coyotes out here. I don't know if there's mountain lions or anything. There's a lot of animal tracks too. I mean, these are animal tracks, obviously. They look like they were made by some sort of elk type, deer type animal. And here's an interesting rock. Look at this. This looks like it's concrete almost. What is this? This doesn't look natural. Maybe it is natural. Let's see if we can break this rock somewhere. I have a hammer in the car, but that would be too easy. Gosh, hell, let's go take it to the car. This looks like it's concreted almost, like There's gravel in there with a hardened it's the same kind of rock as I was just looking at before. That one I said was probably volcanic or plutonic. Let's see, here's all the deer matter. You see a lot of bunny rabbits around here too. Probably bunny rabbit matter is what it is. Let's get my hammer out. See how it looks like there's gravel in there? This must be some sort of sedimentary rock because it's like a conglomerate. You can see that there's flakes of other rock, but that it's, yeah, that's what it is. This is starting to become, look at this. This is interesting. Or is it? I don't know. Then once you break it, it breaks apart. You can see I'm following my own tracks back. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to head up to, keep on going north and try to find a new route across. So it's going to probably be a while. Here's what it looks like to go over one of these little crevasses. So you can see in front of me here, there is one. There we go, down, slow. I mean, it's not very deep, right? But this car is not really 4x4. I mean, it has all-wheel drive, but it's low to the ground relatively. So, I mean, it's higher than your average car, but it's not, you know, for heavy off-roading. So, so I don't take it too, I'm not too brave with this thing. There we go. I think this is the one that first surprised me. So let's see, this one's filled with plants. It's weird, right? The other ones aren't, but this one is. You can see over here there's some sort of marker. And I think I came way over here because I wanted to miss the big part of that one. Up and down.